just came back from seeing Shin Godzilla or Shin Godzilla, True Godzilla, wearing my Godzilla t-shirt. Had to cut off the sleeves because they were kind of restrictive. I might have been a kid shirt. I don't care. I love Godzilla, so I bought it. Anyways, seeing this movie, I thought it was great. Probably the most beautifully shot Godzilla movie I've ever seen. I could see they were very experimental from their camera angles. They were just kind of everywhere. Godzilla was good for the most part. At the beginning of the movie, he kind of did look like a unrealistic sci-fi, like straight to sci-fi channel type of movie, like almost Sharknado quality of CGI. I might have said Wi-Fi. I apologize. But anyways, Godzilla looked awesome. He was awesome. I'm going to be going into spoilers, so if you don't want to get it spoiled, come back after you watch this movie. But it's only in theaters for 3 days, and today was one of those days. So you have 12th and you have the 18th. So go watch it. Going into spoilers right now. Okay, the beginning of the movie, there is Godzilla. They don't know it's Godzilla. They think it's a volcano or a like ocean vent, and it's destroying like the underground like freeway type of things in Japan. You know, like they don't know what it is. They think it's a volcano, and then there's some people who have got footage of this creature, and they're like, "Oh, it might be like a big animal or a whale or something." And like, no, it's not. And then you see like people zoom in from a TV, and then you see this tail, and they're like, "Yeah, it's not a joke anymore. It's a live monster thing." And so from there, Godzilla comes onto shore. He's in what they call his turkey form or his second form. You only get to see 3 forms in this movie, and the fourth form is the first form is a tadpole, but you don't get to see the tadpole form in the movie. But you can look at the videos on YouTube and pictures on YouTube, and find the tadpole form. Anyways, the second form is the turkey form. He kind of crawls on his back hind legs, and he's kind of like slithering like a snake. I don't know why they call him a turkey, but anyways, in the middle of his first attack, he goes into a second form, his second evolution, and he is his, what do they call him? I don't know, but he stands upright and he actually grows little arms. When he's in his turkey form, he has like little tiny nubs, and he doesn't have any arms, which kind of looks a little goofy, but people complain like, "Oh, it's really ugly." It's kind of ugly, but it's not like unwatchable ugly. Anyways, his second form, he stands upright and he grows little arms. And my sister was literally doing this for like half of the movie, like tiny little T-Rex arms. After that, he like kind of, well, when he's evolving, he kind of like freezes up because he's supposed to store energy to evolve. And then after he evolves, he leaves and he goes back into the ocean, presumably to eat more radioactive waste so he can come back. So the government's kind of freaking out. Like, they don't know if they should kill it, if they should chase it out, or if they should like kind of trap it and study it. Godzilla does come back. Obviously, you're not going to have only one Godzilla attack. So he does come back. And during his second attack, he kind of runs out of energy because he kind of dispenses all of it through his heat breath, or his radioactive atomic breath, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, this is, I think I said spoiler warning. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. But anyways, his heat breath is pretty cool. At the beginning, he's just breathing on the ground, and it's like watching a space shuttle leave. Like, just all the fire and stuff is destroying buildings. His heat breath becomes more concentrated into like a beam, and then it's red at this point, and then when it becomes like a laser, it's like purple, which is crazy. You don't see Godzilla shooting lasers in movies. So it's purple, and he's shooting this purple laser, and they're dropping bombs on him and trying to hurt him. And then he gets dorsal fin lasers, so he's shooting like all from his back, and he's stopping the bombs, and it looks kind of goofy, but it's saving his life because the bombs aren't hitting him. After that, he kind of goes into this like hibernation state because he ran out of energy, and I think they have 15 days. They estimated 15 days until he wakes up. So they have research teams, and they have the United States helping them to back up if this research team fails on finding a solution. The United States wants to bomb Godzilla. Japan wants to freeze him. Well, not freeze him, but they want to make a coagulant solution. So they basically freeze his blood because he's really hot and he generates energy that destroys Tokyo and the city. So they have 15 days, and they have this whole plan to kind of wake him up and dispense all his energy so they can freeze him. So he goes on a rampage again with the purple lasers, and this time he actually shoots lasers from his mouth and his tail, which was, I thought it was pretty cool. Some people don't think that Godzilla should be shooting lasers from his tails or from his back, but I thought it was original. I thought it was cool. So he gets out of energy a second time, and then they're shooting this chemical coagulant into his body. Hopefully it's going to freeze his insides and keep him from moving around. And at the beginning it doesn't, but they only have 20% of the coagulant in his body. They get all of it in his body, and he gets up, and he just kind of like freezes in place, and it's like a cool Godzilla statue right there in the middle of the city. It's not cool because the city's destroyed, but it looks cool. But I honestly thought this movie was shot very beautifully. You can really sense the destructive power from this Godzilla. The sound was great in this movie. It just added to the feeling, and I was afraid of this Godzilla. Like the older movies, you're not afraid because he's a hero. In 1954, you're afraid because he's a destructive force. In 2014, he's huge and you can feel the size. But this Godzilla is terrifying. His features are almost zombie-like. He has teeth going every which way. And just his destructive power, even in his first couple forms, he's just knocking over buildings and destroying. It was scary but beautiful at the same time. I really liked at the end of the movie, you get a shot of the main actor and Godzilla. So pretend I'm the main actor and I'm standing and Godzilla's in the background, and Godzilla's like this small figure, and it's like a symbolistic, like it's a symbol that like how like usually Godzilla's big to man, but the man looks big to Godzilla. I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to convey in this scene, but it looks really good. Maybe it was just in that situation, in that moment, that man had beat nature, had beat Godzilla. But I don't care what it meant. It just looked really cool. I don't care what it meant. People may not have caught that. Maybe I'm the only one who thought of that, and the directors didn't think about it. Nah, just kidding. But anyways, it looked really cool. The movie looks awesome. Again, it's only in theaters for 3 days. Not 6, 3 days. Well, now it's 2. Go see it on the 12th. Go see it on the 18th. Just go see this movie. It's cool. And if you support Godzilla, then we're going to get more kaiju movies. Kong is coming out. Kong Skull Island is coming out next year. We have Godzilla 2. You have Pacific Rim 2. I don't care what people say. I love Pacific Rim 1. I want to see the second one. So go see this movie. Unless you don't want to, then don't go see it. Anyways, like the video, share with a Godzilla person, but again, there's spoilers, so don't like be spoiling in the comments. Just if you see it, just say, yo, Kumo, I liked this movie, and it was a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Later on, we can spoil this movie, but it's in theaters until the 18th, so try to hold off on spoilers. So don't watch this. If you're already at the end of the video, then you spoil the movie. It's already too late. Anyways, see you guys in the next video.